Alright guys, I'm back with my predictions for TNA's Genesis pay-per-view this Sunday. And I like how Bully Ray is on the promo picture here. And he's not even on the show. Like, I'm looking at the card right now and I do not see a Bully Ray match. Yeah, there's his picture. What does that graffiti say? Probably something lame. But anyways, before I get into the actual card here, I was looking up some more of this 4 pay-per-views a year thing TNA is doing. And apparently these first Friday of every month shows, they're charging money for. So it's like they are still doing pay-per-views. I don't know what's going on. They're only $15, but they're like tournaments or something. And they're taping all of them, at least the first 4 months, in January. So the first 4 months are all going to be taped this month, which means storylines are out the window. So I have no idea who is going to pay $15 for these. But yeah, if they thought the pay-per-views were low before, oh man, putting these things on Friday night, no one's going to buy these things. But yeah, apparently that's what they're doing. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, okay, Gail Kim versus ODB versus Tessmacher versus Mickie James versus Velvet Sky. Gauntlet match to determine the #1 contender for the Women's Knockout Championship. They've been building up Mickie James, but Velvet Sky just came back. She said 2013 is going to be her year. They're probably going to hold off on her for a little bit, so I'm going to say Mickie James wins this match. Devon versus Joseph Park. You know what? The Aces and Eights can't win no matter what they do, so Joseph Park wins this. Kenny King versus Christian York in the finals of the X Division tournament. I'm going to say Kenny King wins this. They've been pushing him. And then he's going to face RVD and hopefully win the X Division title here. They've really been building up Kenny King, and RVD hasn't been doing anything, so why not? Doc versus Sting. I mean, they really need to have Doc win this in order to keep this Aces and Eights thing going here, but at the same time, they've brought Sting back. He's this big monster baby face, and I'm just going to say Sting wins this match. I don't see him losing. Christopher Daniels versus James Storm. I know a few people have said they think AJ Styles is going to come out and cost James Storm this match. That would be pretty awesome. Then we can get a James Storm AJ Styles feud. So whatever happens here, I'm going to say Christopher Daniels wins. And even if that's not what happens and there is no AJ Styles getting involved, I still think Kazarian's going to get involved. And Christopher Daniels versus James Storm, this feud will continue for a little bit longer. Matt Morgan and Joey Ryan versus Chavo and Hernandez for the tag titles. Matt Morgan and Joey Ryan win. They seem to be wanting to really push Matt Morgan, so... You know, Joey Ryan came out and he said that Hulk Hogan wanted to split up their team of Morgan and Joey Ryan. And to prevent that from happening, they were going to win the tag titles. Well, it's been like 2 months, so they obviously don't even need the titles. They're not going to get split up anyway, so I don't know. Strange. Austin Aries versus Hardy versus Roode for the world title. I haven't even thought about this. I think Jeff Hardy's going to keep the belt. I'm not sure what direction they want to go with this yet, but yeah, I don't see why they would take Jeff Hardy out of this, and it makes sense to keep the belt on him while they're doing this Austin Aries versus Bobby Roode thing, and then Jeff Hardy can keep the title. They can continue a feud with Aries versus Bobby Roode, and Jeff Hardy can feud with someone else. But right now I think it's going to be the 3 of these guys. They're going to continue this. But yeah, overall I think Jeff Hardy is going to keep the title here. And that's it. That's TNA Genesis. Not worth $35 in my opinion, but Kenny King versus Christian York should be good. Kenny King versus RVD should be okay. Do not care about the aces and eights matches. One has Devon Dudley versus Joseph Park, whose gimmick is that he's a bad wrestler. And then you have Doc versus Sting, who is a 50-something-year-old man. So do not care about those matches. Probably will be pretty crappy. Knockouts match should be okay. Christopher Daniels versus James Storm should be really good. The Triple Threat title match should be good. And the tag match I don't really care about either, but that could also be good. That's Genesis right there. So I'm not really looking forward to this show. I hope it's entertaining somewhat because I am going to watch it. But yeah, that being said, I'm glad they're not going to do so many pay-per-views a year. But at the same time, if they're doing these 3-hour first Friday of every month shows, I don't know. I mean, if I can watch them, I'll watch them to do videos for. But yeah, I have to see how these things play out. I am really skeptical about this. It sounds pretty bad. A few of the shows, these tournaments, you can look up the listings for what the tournaments are going to be, and a few of them sound like pretty entertaining shows. But the fact they're all being taped in January, it's like, what are they doing here? I mean, they can't book that far in advance. It's not going to work. So I think this is just going to end up being a huge failure for TNA, and I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. But anyways, those are my predictions for the Genesis pay-per-view. Leave your thoughts and predictions on the show in the comments, and thanks for watching.